Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Brainstorm. Actually, this is the first episode. Well, my name is Big Brother. Well, that's not my name, but that's the name you will know me by. Usually I'm here with Slim Brother, but Slim Brother is with his girlfriend today. So, ask yourself, would you rather have titties or digital cards? If your answer was digital cards, then, well, I have bad news for you. You're a no-lifer. Or you're a straight girl, that's completely possible. But this is basically a solo series. Well, this is a new channel, so I'm still experimenting with the formats and whatever. So maybe I have one-shot episodes. Don't take it as set in stone. But today I wish to brainstorm a little about ideas I have for Hearthstone. Now, if you have checked my other content, you will notice I have made more Hearthstone videos, and I'm more of a casual player, more so than like a professional dude that knows exactly what he's doing and has a huge collection. So, but I am part of like the larger core amount of players, because there are more people like me than there are people like Trump. And I'm not talking about the new president. So my idea for today is elementals. They tag elemental and elemental shaman as a potential playing archetype. Now, what are elementals? Well, simple. This would be an elemental. Everybody understands obviously what I'm talking about. I'm talking about characters which in the Warcraft lore would be seen as elemental creatures. Creatures composed out of in the lore it's like you have the four elements, but there's like a fifth element which is soul. Your this business. Soul, spirit. Spirit is seen as the fifth element, which is actually kind of a cool fifth element. But the idea is simple, that elementals are tagged with the tag elemental. They don't need to be classified as different types of elemental. Just the unbound elemental would be saying elemental right here, but others would say dragon or beast or whatever. And that these characters would there would be cards released that would combine and synergize with such cards. Here's another good example: rumbling elemental. This actually synergizes with battle cry creatures. Yeah, there are a lot of examples of these elementals also in the regular cards. This would be an arcane elemental. And there are a lot of wisps. No, I don't think a wisp is an elemental. Similar to how a yeti isn't a beast but a humanoid. But yeah, you will probably get an idea of what are supposed to be elementals. Now, what can you do with elementals? Now, there are a lot of cards. I mean, if you're smart, you can already fill in the basics yourself, but I'm not going to make the assumption you are smart. I'm going to make the assumption you have a regular intelligence, and you're sitting here for me to explain to you my idea rather than you filling it in yourself. This could probably be a ghost. Yeah, a wraith. So this would probably be a spectral. But I'm not here to talk about spectrals and undead. I'm gonna keep it to elementals for now. So, yeah. Think about characters who are able to buff elementals. Oh yeah, I wanted to say that not only like the four elements and the fifth element, but also things like shades and light spawns could also be potential elementals. Now, of course, not only the shaman could use these characters, but like mages and druids and priests could also use characters classified as elementals. And basically, the first type will of course be if you have elementals, X or Y will happen. That's the basic format. Similar, or like if you have elementals in your hand or whatever, or elemental has died, things will happen, similar to dragon and other types of synergy. But I'm also thinking about shaman looking characters. This is mage looking, but you get the idea when I say shaman looking character, kind of the idea. Is, for example, a card, elemental of a elemental binder, random card, let's say something that doesn't fit the current meta of shaman. So it's not something that is very, very low cost. So let's say a 5 cost minion, like a 6 health, 5 attack. It's probably too powerful. No, let's keep it down. A 4 cost minion, a 4 attack, 5 health character, which gains Wind Fury if you have an elemental under your control. So it will be a shaman who, if you have an elemental under your control, becomes this Wind Fury character. Now, he doesn't gain charge, so your enemy has the time to respond to this character, and if it is a 4-cost character, then next turn your enemy has the potential to react by an assassinate or a polymorph, so it won't be too overpowered. But of course, I'm not like a game designer, so I don't know with all certainty. I'm just going over my cards, seeing whether or not I stumble across elemental, but I think there are no really. Yeah, he's Frost elemental. You know, see, it already says it on the card, just it needs to says it as a type, and then cards actually need to synergize with these. But you know, another shaman, for example, in the lore, shamans ask the help of the elementals rather than force them to do. The arcane is a power you tap into and then use, but the elements are powers you summon to your aid. And it's kind of a I do something for you, you do something for me, and you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of deal. So the elementals will ask the shamans to help them, and the shamans will ask the elementals to help them. And therefore you could have a card called Dark Shaman something something. You know, Dark Shaman of the Claw. I don't know all the different kinds of factions. I don't know the lore in and out, but I do know something. I follow Noble. Yeah, I do. Who doesn't? But like a Dark Shaman who is, let's say, that's a good example. Let's say a 3 mana, 2/3. Which is bad, but it would be a common card. No, not a shaman specific, but it would be a common card. Okay, that's bad. But if you have an elemental, it becomes like a 4/5 or something. Like you will play him, but wait, I'm not explaining. What you would do is you will play a bad card, and it will sacrifice a elemental, and it will become a better card, like one that's higher than its own cost. So you would pay 3 mana, and usually if you pay 3 mana you would get a 3/4 or a 4/3, and now you will get a 4/5 or a 5/4. You know, you get 1 mana better, and this elemental could be very damaged, or it could be a very cheap elemental, like a Dust Devil, which you perhaps use to trigger an Unbound elemental. So you have an Unbound elemental, you play a Dust Devil. Now you're playing against a mage, so this will die. So you play the Dark Shaman, who will sacrifice your elemental, similar how you play Hungry Crab. He will destroy the elemental, but he himself becomes more powerful. Yeah. And you know, it's kind of like a control deck, I suppose. And if you're a smart game designer, you don't design, because elementals don't have the tendency to be very low cost characters. For example, another good example is a Magma Rager. You know, it's kind of like crappy card, but if it's an elemental, maybe some other cards could make this card better. Like a card that gives all elementals, I don't know, +2 health because the bastard needs it. But yeah, and that's it. That's basically it. Or, you know, use a card, Dark Shamanism. You sacrifice elemental, but you gain a random spell of 1 of 4 or 5 elements. Like I said, you don't need to attack the elementals with different element types. You could, but it would be very intricate, and I don't think Blizzard would take the extra step to do so. And I don't think they're required to do so. They're just required to put a tag on and then make some synergy happen. It's very easy to do, and I think it will be very aesthetically pleasing to do. So that's kind of my idea, kind of my little brainstorm, if you like. I think I am still on time, so I will give you guys a little show as I disenchant my extra cards. Let's say I get a rare copy. Okay. Now I want to talk about how 3 comments, only 15 dust is crap. That's real bad. It's only 15, that's real bad. But that I will save for another video. So thank you for watching. Awesome. I'm saving up for the old gods. Until next time.